first question you will ask is, what is a roundabout? Well, a roundabout is just a circular intersection, and here in the US and in places in the world where you drive on the right side of the road, it has traffic running in a counterclockwise manner. The next question you will ask is, what is a modern roundabout? A modern roundabout has two key features. First one is that the entering traffic has to yield to circulating traffic. What that creates is that it slows entry speeds and circulating speeds. And the slower the speeds, the less severe the crashes will be. So this is one of the key safety benefits of a modern roundabout. Secondly, the traffic in the circle is always moving. Thus, incoming traffic has to wait for a gap. Because the traffic in the circle is always moving, this is one of the key operational benefits of a modern roundabout. So what is an old-fashioned roundabout? Well, circular intersections or traffic circles were invented at the end of the 19th century by an architect in France called Eugene Renard. Mr. Renard invented traffic circles at the time of the horse and buggy. And at that time, the speeds were a lot slower. And because the speeds were slower, horse and buggy riders have enough time to weave and merge and navigate through a wide open space as in a traffic circle. And that's why these traffic circles now that we have automobiles don't function that well because the speeds are a lot faster. Also in the United States, William Phelps NO created the first traffic circle in 1905, which is in New York's Columbus Circle. And as I mentioned, traffic circles are a free-for-all developed during the times of the horse and buggy. Very slow speeds, thus they work very well. Drivers had plenty of time to identify gaps to merge and weave out of traffic. One of the other type of old-fashioned roundabouts are rotaries. Rotaries were designed to keep speeds on major arterials or major highways fast because we wanted to have this traffic to continuously move through the intersection. And because of that, we gave the priority to entering traffic, which maintains a high speed. And as you know, the higher the speed, the more severe the crash will be. One of the other factors of having to have a rotary be a high-speed facility is that it needs a lot more space. As you can see on this example, it needs 1,000 feet for this oval-shaped rotary. And to give priority to entering traffic, circulating traffic has to stop. When the circulating traffic has to stop during high volumes of incoming traffic, the intersection locks for all the side streets. Let's talk about the different components that make a modern roundabout function safely and operationally well. The first one is the central island, which is a raised area in the center of a roundabout around which traffic circulates. The central island does not necessarily need to be circular in shape. And in the case of mini roundabouts, the central island is completely traversable by traffic. The splitter island is either a raised or painted area on an approach used to separate entering from exiting traffic and deflect and slow down entering traffic. The splitter island also provides space for pedestrians to cross the road in 2 stages. The circulatory roadway is the curved path used by vehicles to travel in a counterclockwise fashion around the central island. And the truck apron is a traversable portion of the central island adjacent to the circulatory roadway that may be needed to accommodate the wheel tracking of large vehicles. An apron is sometimes provided on the outside of the circulatory roadway as well. The entrance line marks the point of entry into the circulatory roadway. This line is physically an extension of the circulatory roadway edge line, but functions as a yield or giveaway line in the absence of a separate yield line. Entering vehicles must yield to any circulating traffic coming from the left before crossing this line into the circulatory roadway. Pedestrian crossings. The location of the pedestrian crossing is typically set back from the entrance line about 1 car distance. And the space of pedestrian crossings around the splitter island is ample enough to provide room for a bicyclist or a wheelchair user. The pedestrian crossings must also be accessible with detectable warnings and have appropriate slopes to meet ADA requirements. The landscape strips around roundabouts separate vehicular and pedestrian traffic and assist with guiding pedestrians to the design and designated crossing locations. This feature is particularly important as a wayfinding cue for individuals who are visually impaired. Landscape strips can also significantly improve the aesthetics of an intersection.